Hello whiskey lovers, I'm the Malt activist and I'm back here with another whiskey review, and this one, interestingly, I've been trying to get my hands on for a few months now, and it was only last night that a friend of mine had a little sample left in a bottle and said you should make a video out of this. So thank you, Kumar, for this sample. I have with me the Glenmorangie, A Tale of Cake. As you can see, this bottle is completely empty. I was lucky enough, I was having this with a friend of mine the other night and there was a little bit left, and I said, let me just take this and so I can make a video out of it. So thank you, Kumar, for this little gift, or this little 30 ml gift that you left in the bottle for me. I am eternally grateful for your generosity. Right, A Tale of Cake. Bottled at 46%. This has been finished off in Tokai dessert wine casks after first being matured for about 9 to 11 years, roughly, in first fill bourbon barrels, and then finished off for roughly 2 to 3 years in Tokai dessert wine barrels. I spoke to someone at the distillery. They were, they didn't want to give me exact numbers of ages, etc. So they said, look, it's around that ballpark. So I don't think anyone knows for 100% sure, but expect this to be about 13 to 14, maybe 11 to 13-year-old whiskey, roughly. But it doesn't matter. As long as it tastes good, then that's all that we care about. Now, during my chat with the guys over at Glenmorangie, I said, A Tale of Cake, that's a very ambitious name for a whiskey, and they said, yeah, it is. And I said, well, were you trying to make cake, or did you discover cake? And they're like, no, we were definitely trying to make a cake like whiskey. It should be cake in a glass. And they've sort of complemented that with some really nice, funky packaging. If you look at the box, it's all fluorescent greens and neon pinks and blues and yellows. It's very festive, very, very circus-like, which is nice. And even this bottle is cute. I like it. It's a departure from your traditional whiskey labels, which is something that I always welcome. So, spirit. As you can see, nice golden color. My word. Look, I don't know if this is, my mind playing tricks on me, or the fact that they've called it cake, but it smells like sponge cake. It smells like very, very rich sponge cake with some sort of sugary icing on top. I don't think there's any other way of explaining it. And I can sense that first fill bourbon coming in through with the vanillas and the coconut. And it's really nice and strong. But then, the dessert wine, the Tokai dessert wine casks, they add that layer of almost like a fondant, like a sugar icing on top. Lots of fruit, but like candied fruits, as you would expect on top of a cake. Yeah, see, this is the problem. If they had called this I don't know, if they'd called this whiskey brownie points, I would have been like, oh my god, this smells exactly like a brownie. But it smells like cake. Very perfumed, very floral perfume. But it's, how do I explain this? This is like walking into a confectionery shop, and then you're just surrounded by all sorts of diabetes-inducing goodies behind glass counters. And that's what it is. I like the nose, even if it's a bit too sweet for my liking. But I expected that. It says so on the label that it's a tale of cake, and you can't expect a savory cake. It has to be sweet. So this is what it is. Ooh, interesting. So I was expecting it to be a lot more thick and velvety on the palate, but it's not. It's a medium to light delivery on the palate. It retains its sweetness, but it's a very sugary sweetness. Again, I'm thinking sugary icing and fondant. Those are the first things that come into my mind. It's a lot more fruity on the palate than it is on the nose. I get more mangoes and pears and peaches. No, maybe not pears, more peaches. Yeah, soft stone fruit, that's what I'm getting. Apricots and peaches. And mangoes and some tropical fruits in there as well. There's a hint of oak towards the end. But again, it's a very easy drinking. I think that's why they bottled it at 46%. Extremely easy drinking. It's not the most complex of all drams, mind you, but I think this is one of those where you might want to start off an evening with a tail of cake, maybe. I don't want to say it's uncomplicated because that's doing a disservice to the work that's gone behind putting this whiskey together. But I think it's just easygoing. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having an easygoing whiskey. Yeah. I can taste the alcohol, the ethanol slightly. I would have preferred if that wasn't there. So that fainty, spiritish tinge on the palate is something that I could have done without. However, the sweetness then overrides that completely. I would have liked for it to be a bit spicy towards the end as well, just to level it out. So in my opinion, this is a nice tasting whiskey. It's definitely on the sweeter side, like I said. Easy going, easy drinking. I wish it was fuller in body. I wish it was slightly more spicy to make it balanced. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I think you should go out and try it. Maybe get a bottle, split it between a few friends. See if you really like it to buy a full bottle. I think this is priced at roughly 80 quid or $100, something around that. So it's not cheap or too expensive, come to think of it. What do I think? Yeah, I like it. It's not bad at all. It's my first time trying something finished off in Tokai dessert wine casks, so I don't have a benchmark. But I'm happy to sit with this and drink it anytime. So cool. So thank you for joining me for this whiskey review. I'm the Malt Activist. Until next time, peace.